going to be having a look at the FCE exam again, and we're going to be focusing on grammar part 1. So if you like these video guys, remember to subscribe to the channel and share them with all your other friends that are doing the FC. So let's have a look. First of all, what is it all about? Well, you will get a gapped text, so with 8 missing words, and all you've got to do is find which 8 words go into the gaps. So for each of the gaps, you're going to have an A, B, C, D option. So 4 options, and you've got to choose which one goes in the gap. Alright, it's a little something like this, which I nicked off our Facebook page. If you like it, join us on Facebook as well. We have lots of stuff like this happening all week. So let's have a look at this. What makes a great crepe? The ingredients may seem simple, but the art of making or flipping a crepe is not. As part of our something course, and you've got a choice of A, extensive course, extreme course, intensive course, or intentional course, the students at our school are taught how to something common mistakes, to pass common mistakes, to escape common mistakes, to miss common mistakes, to avoid common mistakes. Alright, and I'm not going to tell you the answers to this. If you want, post a comment and we'll get back to you and see if you can get the right answers. So, what tips can I give you to improve your marks in this part of the exam? Well, first of all, and this is a hard one to do, is to guess the word before you have a look at the A, B, C, D options. Okay? Now the reason why you do this is because if you're reading the sentence for meaning and you think, oh well, I think instead goes in that gap, and then you look at the A, B, C, D and instead is there, it's a pretty good sign that you've got the right answer. Whereas if you turn around and say, oh, I think it's instead, you look A, B, C, D and instead's not there, okay, well it's quite obvious that you're wrong. So this works really well, but remember, don't be disappointed. You can't possibly do this every single time, but when it does work, as I've said here, it is awesome. So looking at the options can be very confusing, and this is why this works as well, because sometimes students will say, okay, it's not B, it's not C, it's either A or D, and they'll look at it and say, okay, I know it, it's A, and then they'll go, actually D sounds quite good as well. So is it A? Is it D? And they get confused. And that's exactly what it's there for. It's called a distractor. So sometimes there'll be one distractor, sometimes there'll be 2 distractors. And it is very tricky. Alright? So let's look at another tip that everyone can do. When you have multiple choice, eliminating answers is always very, very good, because if you leave it like this, A, B, C, D, and you don't know the answer and you want to guess, you've got a 25% chance of getting it right. In other words, the odds are not in your favor. So what you've got to do is improve those odds. So usually you can be fairly sure that 1 or 2 of the options is absolute rubbish, and you can kind of get rid of it. And we'll look at an example of this in a minute. And this, as I said before, improves your chances of getting the answer right. But be careful. Make sure you are 100% sure when you eliminate answers. I've had lots of students that love doing this. In fact, they're so good at it, they eliminate the correct answer. And that's a problem, because they're not sure. Okay, so when you eliminate, be sure that it's definitely not that answer. So let's have a look at this example. Most teens watch TV series something than films. Instead than films, you can get rid of that. Rather than films, could be. Except than films, nope. Sooner than films, sooner than films. So which one is it? The answer here is, that's right, rather than films. Okay, sooner than is a grammatic phrase, but it's not good in this sentence. So eliminating works. Okay, focus on words either side of the gap. Now this is a really good one, okay? And this will help you find the answer a lot of the time, especially if your grammar is quite good and you know your prepositional phrases and things like that. So you can have a look here. Instead, what comes after instead? Instead of, most of the time, okay? Rather than, perhaps, except, except for, except from, sooner, would sooner, things like that. This is how you've got to be thinking, okay? So here, I much prefer watching action films, something of romantic films. Straight away you're looking for an of. Sooner of, except of, rather of, So the answer is obviously A, instead of. And this can really help you. So, I hope this video has been useful. If there's any comments or queries, or you think you know the answers to that first one, don't be afraid, post them. Thanks for watching. Bye.